Hello, my name is Jimbo Ivey, and on behalf of the City of Corvallis Parks and Recreation Department, I'd like to welcome you to our show. Tonight's show represents the enormous effort of our amazing staff and volunteers in creating art under the pressures and precautions of COVID-19. I would like to take a moment to recognize this team of superstars for making sacrifices, enduring constantly changing rules and precautions, and having the spirit and heart to make this show in the face of a pandemic, a racial justice revolution, deadly fires, a critical election, and all of the other challenges we have faced during this past year. Together, they have overcome all of those things to bring us this delightful show because, as we say, the show must go on. But we need your help to do it. In order for the Majestic to keep arts and culture alive in our community, we need you. We need you to buy tickets to our shows, which you have already done, or else you wouldn't be with us today. We need you to keep buying them. We have a variety of shows planned for each month, but without your support, we won't be able to make them. We need you to share with your friends and family how much you enjoy these shows and encourage them to catch the next weekend's performance and the one after that. And for those of you who are able, please consider donating to the Majestic. We have struggled before at the Majestic, as all arts venues do, but now is the time, my friends. Now is when we need you the most. And we'll make it. Why? Because we, all of us together, are Majestic. Thank you for your support of the Majestic Theater, and we hope you enjoy the show.
It is a very good topical joke. Anyway, I'm pregnant, and since conditions are not quite right for me to do one of those classic pregnant comedy specials, I've instead gathered some talented friends here, and they're planning to roast me and my baby. So it should be very fun. We also have a wonderful live studio audience. Studio audience.
Woo! Yay for us. Yay,
They're
you're awesome.
They're tentative but powerful, so they're here to laugh at us throughout the show, and we'll have some interactive games and fun for those tuning in through Vimeo and Facebook Live. Make sure to have your phone cameras on or your browsers ready to help you join in these unusual comedy show activities. So it's a weird time to be alive right now, and a weird time to be pregnant. In one strange recent experience, I frantically woke up in the middle of the night thinking, we need to take those Dr. Seuss onesies off of our gift registry list. And that's just the least of the unusual struggles and things we face during this time. Lots of weird things happen to your body during pregnancy too, so I thought I'd take this opportunity when I'm already very uncomfortable to tell my very first period jokes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So my dad can hold his ears, but everyone else is into it, it sounds
I'm
like.
holding my ears.
Love it.
I got my first period on a road trip with my father and two brothers. And we lived in a household where discussing bodily functions and gender was simply forbidden, not allowed. It made me wish that my real Aunt Flo would have visited. I thought maybe if I mentioned my crimson tide, my dad might tan my hide.
Oh.
A little too violent. Telling him that we needed to stop at CVS was my true red badge of courage. But I didn't have an allowance, and my father didn't understand my vague requests, so I had to improvise.
What?
To this day, I still haven't told them where I got that "Welcome to Memphis" tie-dye shirt.
Oh.
I know. I know that's kind of gross. That's kind of gross, but try not to interrupt my flow here. Things seemed a little dire, so I tried to break the news to the men of my household with little quips. Hey guys, my moon time has come at a too soon time, if you know what I mean. I think we're going to a red state today. I guess you could say we checked in at the Red Roof Inn in more ways than one. They're pretty clueless about this kind of thing, though, so in the end I gave up on subtlety and just gave them the birds and the bees and the things between my knees talk. It was by far the worst road trip I've ever been on, period.
Oh.
Very punchy. A lot of punchy period puns to start off the show.
Can I stop holding my ears now?
Yeah, you can stop holding your ears. My family can listen.
All right.
Although I'll say periods one more time. Twice, actually. Speaking of periods, during the wildfires last calendar year, I missed my period, which I assume to be because of stress from the 2 weeks of unbreathable air, or maybe the pandemic, or the looming election. But it turned out that I was pregnant, so woohoo!
Yay.
They say that we don't know what lasting effects that bad air quality will have on our health. And since I got pregnant right around then, I also don't know what to expect with my child. Like, my husband and I are both left-handed, so I've always figured we would have a left-handed baby.
Yay.
But now I wonder, will it maybe be right-handed? And then I'll have to correct its handedness by going all reverse Catholic school on them. Sign them up for classrooms with only left-handed desks. I could teach them Hebrew as a first language so they learn to write from right to left. And I'll only let them write in gel pen. They'll really suffer. Naturally, I'll also have them sit with the devil while learning to write. That should work. And you might think too, since I'm a performing artist and engineer, my kid would probably be one or the other. But under the influence of the great wildfire smoke cloud, I think maybe my child will work at a dispensary. I only get high off secondhand smoke. Maybe also like a Kansas style barbecue chef. That could be a career option. I don't know why, but the only place I can get a good night's sleep is inside the smoker. Dangerous. Or, they could be an arsonist. I hope not that one, though. I think my kid will have real managerial potential. They say the hardest part of that job is, well, they say it's overall the hardest part of the job, but my child will be a natural at firing people.
Oh, fire.
Here's a joke I wrote in advance for next year. So come with me on this journey into the future. I hope you're all very excited. I have to admit, I got a little freaked out during my kid's 6-month wellness checkup. They told the doctor that their favorite color is smoke. Their favorite vegetable is chard. And their favorite musical artist is Arcade Fire. I'm still going with the wildfire jokes. This will never end. Come with me. Another future joke. I had to stop giving them my phone because every time they played with it, I kept finding them on Tinder.
Oh.
Very spicy. Okay, that's enough of that. But we are something of a superhero family because the baby inhaled that extreme wildfire smoke, and I was actually born in a tornado.
True.
It's true. A few decades ago, my parents were hiding in the basement, and all of a sudden, my mother's water broke.
Yep, that's true.
I was a problem child from the very start. Very bad.
Mm.
My parents drove to the hospital mid-tornado, but I wasn't scared because at the time, all I could see was placenta. That's a little gross. At first, I thought because of my origin story, I would have cool tornado superpowers like controlling the weather or talking to storms or blowing people really well. But later, when I took high school physics, I realized that my mom probably had me then because a low barometric pressure front came in with the storm or whatever. So I wasn't a special person with tornado superpowers after all, and fellatio was just going to take some practice. Being born in a tornado wasn't all bad though, since thanks to that low barometric pressure, my mother's friend also went into labor that same day, producing my tornado twin, Jamie Rasmussen. And every year for our mutual birthday, we went to Chuck E. Cheese to celebrate, which was pretty cute at 3 or 4, 9, 10. But when you're 21, they start looking at you differently. You can't go in there trying to get in with no accompanying child with you. So now you all know the real reason why I'm having a child. I would rather relinquish my freedom than give up my birthday tradition.
Hey.
Chuck E. Cheese all the way.
Yep.
I wonder sometimes if my child will have comedic aspirations. I wrote my first joke when I was 3 years old, and it involved the unleavened bread that Jewish people eat on Passover, which just took place last week. Very timely.
Mm-hmm.
Here is that excellent first joke. What kind of cheese is matzah made of?
What?
Mozzarella.
Good one.
Oh.
That's a good joke. Very
My
funny.
parents' response, unlike today, was, "Oh no, honey, matzah isn't made out of cheese." And it took me 20 years to get back into comedy after that. You set me back so long. I'm so excited to get this show started and really kick things off. We're gonna get started with something that's pretty hip. People I know are really into gender reveals nowadays. And I didn't build a pipe bomb, but we did make a little video about the gender reveal of the baby. So maybe we can cue that up and roll clip.
Woo!
Hello, everyone. I'm Naomi's husband and the father of the child, and I'm here to figure out the gender of our child with the items in this box. There's an algorithms textbook in the box. Both of the baby's parents are scientists, so it's likely that the baby will be a scientist as well. There's macaroni in here. I'm Italian, you can tell by this beautiful mustache. And our child will be as well, and they will probably also enjoy enriched macaroni product. Well, I'll be. There's glasses in the box. Naomi and I both wear glasses, so it stands to reason that our baby will too. Huh. A microphone. Okay, so you can probably tell what sort of parents we're going to be from this event. Perhaps the baby will use this microphone to record their first comedy album complaining about this very event. Wow, look at this. It's an original Nintendo. You may be wondering, did we have this before we got pregnant? And the answer is Yes, along with many other games. I'm sure our child will enjoy playing many games such as Sesame Street 123 or Barbie Race and Ride for the original PlayStation, or perhaps even Paperboy. One game they will not enjoy playing is Bible Adventures, because we're a Jewish household. There's a musical instrument in here. It's a sort of a woodblock thing. So maybe they'll be a musician like their mom. And I see that this part kind of goes in here, which reminds me of something, but never mind. What's this? It's a piece of construction paper. And it says, gender is a social construct. I guess we'll have to ask the baby to figure out what their gender is. So that's it for the gender reveal. Hope you all had a good time. And wait, what's that? Oh, you wanted to know what their genitals are. Well, actually, we'll be talking more about that in part 2 of the program. So look forward to that. Bye for now.
Bye, John.
That was the father of the child. Very glamorous, very excellent, and suspenseful. We'll have to learn more later on in the show. But for now, we're going to move on to the first roasting. I moved to Oregon from Los Angeles, and this first roaster was one of the first comedians I met down there. And since, as a matter of general policy, I really only share facts about myself while performing stand-up, he probably knows me better than most people. He runs a recurring virtual show on Instagram Live and generally disapproves of babies, so this should be really a treat. Please give a warm welcome to Andy Ryder.
Yeah!
Start my video, I guess. All right. Hey, I am not Naomi and John's baby from the future. Just want to point that out to you guys. It's really important. People are like, are you though? Like, Mom, stop. It's great. Gender reveal party. I didn't realize that was going to happen. I was honestly thinking it would be like more of a, what kind of processing, reveal? Like, is it a Mac or is it a PC? I don't know. Like, let's really get into that. Sounds good. I've been told that Naomi will actually have a C-section in order to reveal, keep from any possible entanglements between the baby's glasses and her, birthing canal. So that's good. I don't want that to happen. Very important. I'm really excited for them though. I know that the baby will, won't have like the normal childhood that most kids will have. I'm sure he won't have like a normal vacation. Like the closest he'll probably have is maybe a trip to Epcot, maybe at best. But I'm sure he'll have a lot of insightful field trips that he'll go on with them. Might see an episode of BattleBots and explain why that's wrong. Might have at least one conversation where he's like, I think you guys love the robot more than you love me. What's going on here? That's definitely going to happen. I know that they haven't named the child yet. I want to throw out some names for you guys. You let me know. Waka Flocka II. Liller John. Not just Liller John. And the chosen one. I don't know where his future lies. It could be good. Let's hope. Let's really cross our fingers on that. Naomi and John are definitely one of my favorite couples having a baby right now, so that's really good. They really had to try hard for that, so that's awesome. I think what I'm most excited about is that they have, being so far away, they have yet to invite me to the child's bris, which I'm very excited about. If you guys don't know what a bris is where you attend temple to see your friend's kid be circumcised by an older man. And then afterwards, you just eat like you didn't watch a baby be circumcised in front of you. You're like, no, this is fine. I like to call not being invited to a bris a brismas. This will definitely be the merriest of brismases. Really enjoy that. For those of you who pre-order any kind of sports equipment for the baby, bad news. Science books. John, I love your paperboy thing. I love the fact that you're going to explain what a paperboy is to your son as well. Okay, so paperboy, let me explain. We used to allow 11-year-olds to drive the streets at 4 o'clock in the morning on their bikes. It's a crazy thing. But anyways, guys, I am very excited to see you guys, baby, and I know you guys are going to be great parents. So thank you so much for letting me be part of this. Thanks. That's all I had.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andy. Oh boy.
Oh, it's funny.
We fought hard for that distinction of favorite couple. We're one of one, maybe. Oh man, what a delight. Thanks for joining and for gently roasting our nerdy, non-sportive baby. What Andy doesn't know is that I played water polo in high school.
What? That's true. That's true.
Ooh.
So
Bunch of
there's hope.
those.
There's hope for the baby yet. This next sort of segment won't come as a surprise to people who know me well, but as Andy also alluded to, we're having trouble naming the baby, deciding on a name for the baby. And I feel like maybe the crowd today is made up of smart, talented, and decisive individuals. So I thought maybe you all can help. I've got some fancy augmentation here. There's a web address, a QR code you can use to navigate to this spectacular poll where you can tell us, what should we name our baby? Most of our ideas, as you can see, are very bad. So please help us name our child. We might check in on this poll later in the show to see how things are going. But there's a lot of room to innovate and iterate. I think, if you're brave enough to type it in, you can use this poll link or the QR code here. I think my valiant husband will also drop the poll link in the chat. So perhaps he can put it in both the Zoom chat and the Facebook event chat. But in case you're watching on Vimeo and want to name our baby, here's your chance. Make sure you snap a snapshot. Oh wow, and we've already got some new entries, so we'll check in on this later. But please name our baby. And as many of you dig into that baby naming activity, I'll give you another task to think about for a little later in the show. We'll need some suggestions of weird baby names, things you might find in a baby shower registry, or maybe famous babies, general baby paraphernalia. So start dropping those in the Facebook chat or in the Zoom chat if you're here in the studio audience. If you're on Vimeo, you could sneak into the Facebook event perhaps as well and give us suggestions for later. But for now, we'll bring up our next roaster, Valiant Roaster, to the stage. This is one of the first comedians I met after coming to Oregon, and she told me to say this once, so now I have to introduce her this way at every show. She's a visiting assistant professor of your mom at Western Oregon University, and an illustrious purveyor of jokes and amazing math talks all over Oregon and beyond. Please help me welcome to the virtual stage, Sarah Hagen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Naomi. You laughed in spite of yourself. And as soon as people stop laughing at it, I'll stop asking you to introduce me that way. All right, I've got a little song that I wrote for you. Just know I really do like you a lot, Naomi. Okay. Naomi, you're pregnant, you're gonna have a baby sometime this spring or so, I'm told. And I think that it's crazy, you're not dumb and you're not lazy. I that you're getting kind of old. But I guess it won't be all bad. John'll probably make an okay dad. You'll probably keep that kid alive. So long as you give me your PS5. Now do you know what you're doing? I guess it's cool you're screwing, but I don't think that you thought this one through. No, you're not alcoholics, it's worse, you're workaholics, and Naomi hasn't had tenure approved. But I guess it could be alright. You already stay up late at night. You already think that life's a bit surreal. Plus, aren't you just doing this for the comedy material? I know you like to worry, and yes, you should be worried. Kids are really super easy to mess up. And then their life is ruined, and then your life is too, and everything forever kinda sucks. But I guess it could turn out fine. You're smart and fun and funny and kind. You'll love that kid, and that should be enough. Still try not to fuck this up.
Yeah.
The amazing, talented Sarah Hagen, everyone, reminding me that I don't have tenure. What a precarious decision I've made. I haven't written any journal articles yet this year.
Oh.
You can tell from the levity and tone of the song that she also has been through this experience. Thanks, Sarah. That was so much fun. We'll try to follow it with something truly unique as well. I think this show wouldn't be complete without some comedy direct from the baby. So here, straight from the womb, we're going to bring you some prenatal humor, if we can swing it. Here's a set from the baby.
Hey everyone, I'm a baby. It's so great to be here doing stand-up. It's my first time, so please be gentle, like my shampoo. I'm actually too young to stand up, so I'm more of a laid-down comedian. I'm a nocturnal being. I tend to sleep during the day, but at nighttime, I'm ready to party. I use my feet to kick things off until Mom is tossing and turning in bed. I'm so ready for real-life parties. I hear even the adults like to bring pacifiers. I'm a little too young for ecstasy, but I admit that I can't get enough of that folic acid. I've been trying to watch my weight while in the womb, but it's been difficult. My parents recently bought 12 pints of ice cream and 50 New York bagels off the internet. True story. My mom's birth canal is going to be more like a birth river when I'm done with it, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god.
The recent situation in the Suez Canal has given me ideas for the birthing process. This guy knows what I'm talking about. I'm both excited and nervous to be born. Just think about all those new experiences. Being hungry, having a dirty diaper, wearing clothes, bathing. Right now, I don't have to do anything, and everything I need comes to me through a cord. I like to call it womb service. I was talking to some twins the other day, and now I feel a little more fortunate. At least I don't have to have a womb mate.
Aww.
Oh.
Sometimes I wish I was a test tube baby. Then at least I'd have a womb with a view. I haven't actually met my parents yet, but if you'd ask me today what I think of them, I'd say that my mom is excellent, and my dad
Oh.
is seeming better every day. My mom's originally from Appalachia, so she identifies as white trash. That's why she has been having Braxton Hicks contractions. You ever notice how some babies are like, wah, 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 and others are like, goo goo gaga? What's the deal with that? I hear a lot of comedians making jokes about Lyft and Uber. Those platforms aren't for me. Mommy and Me is the best rideshare service. It has a much more forgiving vomit policy. Every ride comes with a burp cloth. You can rate Mommy with 1 to 5 kicks. My most frequent ride request is the trip to and from the bathroom. There's a lot of debate between parents about the benefits of nursing over bottle feeding, but no one has thought to ask a baby directly. I'm a fan of the Little Caesars nursing policy. I'll take whatever is hot and ready. I'll be coming out into the world soon, so I've been practicing some pickup lines. Like, Mom, my feet hurt. I really don't feel like walking. Hey girl, can you help me up into my stroller? Okay. Those weren't actual pickup lines. How about this? Girl, you take my breath away. At least, I assume you would. I've never taken a breath yet. If I told you you had a beautiful body, would you breastfeed me? Did it hurt when you gave birth to me? Did you know that all pregnant women are superheroes? One common pregnancy symptom is called lightning crotch. To cure lightning crotch, expecting moms can install a conductive metal rod in their downstairs area. Some of my toys were taken from other kids and given to me by their parents. I can't shake the feeling that I'm robbing the cradle. At this point, though, I think I have a shot at displaying my collection on MTV Cribs. One of my favorite pieces is a doll named Candace. That's right, I'm such a sleazebag, I even took candy from a baby. The first thing I'm going to do after being born is cut the cord. I'm going to be a wireless baby. The hospital where I'll be born practices delayed cord clamping, though. That means Comcast is still going to bill me like $50. Hey, you've been great. I'm a baby. I'll be here all trimester.
Wow.
Amazing. What a sassy baby. My writing for the baby is way better than writing for myself. I feel bad for that baby's parents. Oh boy, it's gonna be a handful. We're gonna mix things up now with some improvised comedy, something we haven't seen yet on the show today. Maybe we've seen a little. Of course, we'll have a baby-themed angle, so if you haven't already, please keep dropping suggestions of weird baby names, things you might find in a baby shower registry, famous babies, things like that, in the various event chats, maybe even famous moms, who knows. And studio audience, you can chime in too or help voice your favorite Facebook chat suggestions. With these ideas, we'll play some joke-telling games with the Majestic Theater's House Improv Troupe, Suggestions Only Improv. So come on up to the virtual stage, Suggestions Only. Ooh, so glamorous. They're here to tell us jokes today. We're gonna play a few joke-telling games. I'll give you all a chance to drop some more suggestions as I explain this first one. Feel free also in the Zoom chat to write suggestions or transcribe your favorite ones from the Facebook chat. But the first game will be 185, which is a joke-telling game with the format 185 blanks walk into a bar, and then a very funny take on what happens. Very funny punchline for that. So are there any suggestions? Shout them out from the Facebook chat or studio audience, any baby related, baby names, baby shower registry items. Give us some material to work with. Oh, bibs. I think we did bibs yesterday, Wednesday. Too hard. We'll do cribs.
Cribs.
That's slightly
It
different,
rhymes, so it counts.
even though it rhymes. Excellent. So let's see, 185 cribs walk into a bar.
185 cribs walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve cribs here." And the cribs say, "We'll just go back to our behind bars."
185 cribs walk in the bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve cribs here." And the cribs say, "Well, I'm Ashton Kutcher, and you've just been pranked." Could have been on MTV Cribs.
185 cribs walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve cribs here." And the cribs just say, "That's okay. We'll take this party mobile."
185 cribs walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve cribs here." The cribs say, "That's okay. These babies are already sheet-faced."
185 cribs walk into the bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve cribs here." And the cribs say, "Come on, we're just looking to get laid in."
185 cribs
walk in the bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve cribs here." And the cribs say, "You gotta be freaking cribbing me."
185 cribs walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve cribs here. Plus, you look really sad and depressed." And the really sad and depressed cribs say, "We're just looking for some sips."
185 cribs walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve cribs here." And the cribs say, "That's probably great. We shouldn't drink anyway. We're being monitored."
Nice.
185 cribs walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve cribs here." The cribs are like, "It's just as well. I bet we couldn't have even paid with cryptocurrency." No one can follow that. That's cribs for better and worse.
Yeah, that one was
Ooh, we've got some new suggestions streaming in. Let's see, 185 rattles walk into a bar. Shake things up.
You took the punchline.
I'm a monster.
185 rattles walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve rattles here." And the rattles go, "It's fine."
185 rattles walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve rattles here." And the rattles say, "Well, that's annoying."
185 rattles walk in the bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve rattles here." And they say, "Would you do it for a rattle and a roll $100?
185 rattles walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve rattles here." And the rattles say, "We'll take this party elsewhere."
185 rattles walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve rattles here." The rattles say, "What's with this shakedown?"
185 rattles walk into a bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve rattles here." The rattles cutely position themselves between some milkshakes and some bread rolls, and they say, "But we're here to shake, rattle, and roll." Terrible. terrible. I jinxed us from the very beginning. That was Rattles. Oh man. We've got boobs and pacifiers.
Who's the first
185 boobs walking in the bar. Bartender says we don't serve boobs here. Boobs go, hey, just because we're a little uneven doesn't mean you should discriminate.
185 boobs walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve boobs here." And the boobs say, "We thought it was buy one, get one."
185 boobs walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve boobs here." And the boobs ask, "Well, how come?" And the bartender is like, "This Ola is dry." Yeah, it's a dry county.
185 boobs walk in the bar. Bartender says we don't serve boobs here. And the boobs go, we're in Rack City, bitch.
185 huge boobs walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve huge boobs here." And the boobs say, "Is it because we didn't knockers first?"
185 boobs walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve boobs here." And the boobs just say, "This is a formula for disaster."
185 boobs walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve boobs here." And then they point to the other customers who are like, "You serve them. They're nuts."
And that's boobs. Beautiful. Oh, well, I think we need more suggestions. So everybody keep working on the baby-related suggestions. I think we'll try another joke-telling game. This one is a little more sensual, so drop some suggestions for famous babies, famous moms, baby items, weird baby names, and help get us started. This next game is called Sex With Me, and the premise here is that we'll compare whatever objects you're dropping in the chat and suggesting elsewhere to sex with ourselves. Sex with me is like blank, and then a very funny punchline. Ooh, and it looks like we're getting some suggestions. So let's hear with sex with me, high chair.
Sex with me is like a high chair, always a little bit out of reach.
Sex with me is like a high chair. Inevitably, it's going to spill down your sides.
Sex with me is like a high chair. I drop things just to watch you pick them up.
Sex with me is like... Oh?
Sex with me is like a high chair. There are mechanisms so you can't escape.
Sex with me is like a high chair. I like to rub food all over your body while we do it.
Sex with me is like a high chair. Yeah, I included a seatbelt to keep us safe.
Sex with me is like a high chair, available in every restaurant.
And that's high chair. That was very sexy. I don't know how we would top that. We've got some more suggestions streaming in. Let's try some human people. How about Octomom? Sex with me is like Octomom.
Sex with me is like Octomom. I rarely feel anything down there.
Sex with me is like Octomom. You're going to think it's over, and then I'm going to just keep coming out.
Sex with me is like Octomom, exploited on television.
Sex with me is like Octomom. I have a well-developed brain and I like to open jars during foreplay.
Sex with me is like Octomom. It's insinuated that 8 people will be involved.
Sex with me is like Octomom. As long as my mouth fits, all of me fits.
That was pretty sexy. Okay, that's sex with me, Octomom. Let's try one more. This one will be a different tone. I see multiple times in different places Mother Teresa. So sex with me is like Mother Teresa.
Sex with me is like Mother Teresa. For years, you're going to put on a good facade, but inside the whole time, you're going to harbor crippling doubts.
Sex with me is like Mother Teresa. You'll come in with leprosy, but you'll come out dead.
Sex with me is like Mother Teresa. I'll have you screaming mommy.
Sex with me is like Mother Teresa. I'm a very giving lover.
Sex with me is like Mother Teresa. You'll be on your knees every night.
Sex with me is like Mother Teresa. I'll feed you during.
Sex with me is like Mother Teresa. You'll come with dignity.
Sex with me is like Mother Teresa. Take this. This is my body. This. Oh, that's my blood. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
And that's Mother Teresa receiving the body and the blood. Very religious, scandalous show. We just kicked it up, I think, from G to PG, PG to PG-13. Thank you. Suggestions only for those sensual, provocative jokes. Woo! They'll be back later for some more fun. But for now, very inappropriate, very enjoyable. I hope you're all prepared for something actually even a little more inappropriate. So let's see. What's coming up first here? I've got another helpful background for a game that we've got prepared here. I didn't have a chance to do kind of the usual baby shower given the unusual current conditions, but I also didn't want to miss out on those classic baby shower activities. And I haven't been actually to a baby shower in my adult life, but I assume I know something about these classic games, you know, the things people always do at these events. So we've put together one in web browser form for everyone's fun and enjoyment. Again, feel free to scan with your phone, or if you're brave and daring and good at typing, type into the browser. Here is that classic baby shower game, Pin the Penis on the Baby. And we'll see a little demonstration of how it goes.
Oh my god.
As you can see from John's expert demonstration. Your cursor starts in a box, and once you leave the box, you have to quickly click on where the baby's dingle belongs. Oh! That was a pretty good one. The baby will give you feedback based on your performance level, and you can adjust the big baby energy. Oh. That one wasn't as good. But adjust the big baby energy if you like to change how active the baby is, kind of a difficulty meter. Where's the baby? John is very good at this game. So there you have it. If you need kind of fun, inappropriate, don't do it on your work computer, but if you're watching on your personal computer or pull out your phone, try it out, scan the QR code, type in the web address. This is a very energetic baby. It's too hard, maybe. It's too hard, even for John, that difficulty level. But you can master the game. I know you'll be playing it all night tonight. Pin the Penis on the Baby. Coming to all baby showers soon. It is a very good idea. That's one great idea. I've also heard a lot of baby showers have a birth date pool. So we've decided to rip that off with a twist as well. We don't know when our baby was conceived, so we need help from the wisdom of the crowd to tell us what the conception date was. So again, feel free to scan or type, and maybe we'll take a look at this poll too. Here's your chance to help. Help us, please. please tell us when our baby was conceived.
Well, do we get any clues besides the fire?
No, that would be too easy, I think. I believe in you, though. There's the wildfires. I don't know. It seems too easy. I think you can do it. John's placing his bet. January 24th. Oh, maybe I'll stand up. How about that? I'll stand up and then you can see my current form. This is your that's your second hint. So go fill out the poll, scan, type, and help us figure out when the baby was conceived. We'll look back later. Maybe we'll have a big reveal. We'll finally know what the secret is. So those are some classic baby shower games. And we have a few more roasters lined up in the show as well. This next roaster is a famed poet and comedian in Los Angeles. You could purchase and read his book, Poems to Ruin Dinner With, on Amazon. But today, what he's here to do is powerfully diss my unborn baby. So please give a warm welcome to Max Kerwin.
Hello, thank you. Wow. Thank you for that intro, Naomi. Wow. You know, famed is a bit of a stretch. I'm famed in my own apartment and I live alone. So that should give you an idea of my fame level. So it's an honor to be here. We are obviously gathered here today to celebrate the upcoming birth of the baby of Naomi Fitter and John, and then whatever John's last name is, obviously. I am not 100% sure if he even has a last name because today is the first day I've actually seen him in real life. And I'm thankful that he's real because there was a time where I was worried that Naomi, the roboticist, had built herself a husband to impregnate her. So that being said, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here. Naomi mentioned when she was doing her intro that she talked about her period where she had a tie-dye Welcome to Memphis shirt. And can I just say, I have seen this shirt in real life, and it is beautiful. It has a wonderful Jackson Pollock splatter vibe going on, and it's like really well done. I just honestly just wish she would wash it more often. Is really the only thing. I also, I didn't realize that all I wanted in the world was for Naomi to do an impression of her unborn child working at a dispensary until I saw it. That was something that I really needed in my life. And I noticed that it's total grandparent energy to come out to the roast of their unborn grandchild and just say the word true every time Naomi says something about her childhood. That is just perfect. I love the energy. It's beautiful. Exactly. True. Yeah. Here we go. You just schooled me. So thank you for that. John, wonderful acting in the gender reveal video. I loved it. That infomercial acting class really paid off. Well done. So now I have never roasted an unborn baby before. I've roasted, newborns, toddlers, young children ages 4 to 11, but never an unborn baby. So this is going to be a bit new for me. So bear with me here. And today, I'm just now finding out what the baby looks like through the ultrasound because I was not previously allowed to see the ultrasound, no matter how many times I emailed Kaiser Permanente. So I haven't really been prepared. Haven't prepared like I look like jokes that are common for roast. So I can't really say, does the baby look like a lima bean that's been left out in the sun? I don't know. Does it look like a small piece of lint you pull out of your pocket? I have no idea. These are just things. Does it look like Naomi and John's baby? I have no idea. We might never know. I've also, and this is just what I've heard, that the baby is a bit high maintenance, and he's actually already planning his own baby shower. Tacky. The baby also told me he's going to be building his own crib because he doesn't trust the shoddy Swedish sweatshop known as IKEA. Some strong language there. I do just really quick want to say that it's okay. I can make these jokes because all my jokes tonight were actually ghostwritten by a baby. And when I say ghostwritten, I mean that baby was aborted. So knowing Naomi and John, we get a good idea of what this baby's going to be like, because Naomi's a professor, a roboticist, John's a scientist. And, like most parents, Naomi and John have been playing music for the baby while it's in the womb. But, instead of, playing Mozart or Vivaldi, they want their baby to be a roboticist. So they've been playing the baby the sound of a dial-up modem. So I think the baby is actually already like showing in the womb its advanced intelligence. And I think the baby's even said its first word. I'm going to play, I think we have the sound clip. I'm going to play the baby's first word now here for you. Wow. Some strong language there. Wow. Well, I mean, I'm glad we caught that on tape. That's kind of like when that mummy made its first noise and it was just like, remember that? That was a fun time in our lives. Okay, moving on. So I'm gonna, say one more thing, about the personality of the child. And I think we all know, from knowing Naomi and John, that when this baby grows up, his sex life is going to be absolutely standard. Totally by the books. Programmer in the streets, programmer in the sheets. Am I right? Okay, I wanted to close out by doing a little fun thing I like to do. So I know I won't share because I just learned that the conception quiz exists. So I won't share what the estimated date of birth is, but I do know what the day is. And I looked up that day in history on Wikipedia. And I wanted to go to Wikipedia now and just go through some cool events that might, be in the history of when that baby was born on that day. So I think that would just be fun to know the history of the day the baby's born. So let's just go from the oldest stuff and work our way up here. Okay, so starting old in the ancient years. Okay, in the year 451, there was the Battle of Avaryar, where the Sassanian Empire defeated the Armenian rebels. Okay, probably not super important. Let's actually just keep going down here. Okay. In the year 946, King Edmund of England is murdered by a thief. Okay, you know what? Let's just keep going. I'm going to skip a couple hundred years. Okay. Ooh, in 1293, in Kamakura, Japan. Ooh, exotic. An earthquake kills 23,000 people. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, dead French general. A lot of wars. Okay, they're just 800 years where it's just battles. There's just 800 years of just battles. So I'm gonna go. Okay. All right. Here's something. This is fine. Okay. In 1896, Charles Dow publishes the first edition of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Oh, and I believe the happy couple are actually friends of Dow and the Jones family, if I remember correctly. And just looking at the years after that, I think that's as good as we're going to get. So, congratulations, John and Naomi. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to meeting this child. Thank you.
Thanks, Max. So scandalous. Cranking up the inappropriateness meter, speculating about the love life. It's a very fresh comedy show today. And giving us interesting facts, maybe more hints for the conception date pool, if you can figure out when any of those events happened. We'll try to figure it out when the baby was conceived. There are some other things too that I think parents-to-be usually do. So like many soon-to-be parents, another thing John and I have put together is a registry to help us get by. So here's just one more activity you can join in. Scan away, type away as you dare. I think the links will be distributed about too. But you can take a look. Let's take a look at this registry and see what we've got in here to help us survive giving birth to a child. There's a Rage Against the Machine CD, it looks like. A lot of
picture is that?
Ice cream.
Oh, it's a sad parents. Neither of our pictures, just sad parents. A lot of ice cream. We need 5 Ben and Jerry's. That's plus the 12 we have so far from graders. The baby set was correct on that front. We got some non-alcoholic fun beverages, chocolate, a lot of chocolate, a lot of things to make the house smell better. Those are for the baby and for John. Let's be honest. Oh, and that's the alcohol? Is that an alcohol? Ooh, that's not for me, but John will need that to get through, I think. There's some tea lights, earplugs, a knife. That's that's to keep some family traditions alive. We won't use it, but we might menace with it. Who knows? Oh, and these are ponchos. Ponchos. Which were actually kind of hard to find for adding to a registry. Target didn't want to let us. They're temporarily out of stock. We're gonna have a messy pregnancy, but it's fine. Feel free to help us out though with our new parent needs. What John really wants is that book series in the top right. He's been looking for that at the library for a while. That's not very funny, but he would enjoy it. And yeah, everything else will help us stay relaxed and sane. This is a registry, right? Did we do it correctly?
Yes.
Scan, type. We probably have these things though. That's a registry, and we'll try to survive our childbearing with those items. This show would not be complete, I think, without some input from my parents, though. They've been chiming in a lot, as Max mentioned throughout the show, but I thought, maybe it's time to give them their own set. So they have some roasts as well, I believe, and they're going to join us here on the virtual stage, my mother and father, to lend their ideas about the baby. Woo! Come on up, parents.
Woo! Yeah.
And I believe they have some pictures as well.
Oh, yes.
Not letting us join the video.
They're shy. They're very shy.
Listen, Naomi.
Says the host has stopped our video.
Maybe Calvin can help. The valiant Calvin, stage manager. Are you able to turn on Todd and Sharon's video?
Okay, there we go.
We're good.
Yeah.
Look how beautiful they are. Look
how beautiful.
How beautiful.
So we are Naomi's parents. I am Todd. This is the lovely Sharon. We're very happy for John and Naomi. Very excited. And we were wondering what the baby would look like. So we happen to have an ancient family heirloom, a crystal ball. The baby will look like. So, crystal ball, can you show us what the baby looks like? Now, please show us, crystal ball. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, that's the most adorable baby I've ever seen. He is adorable. You're going to be so happy.
Todd.
What?
That's you.
That still is a very adorable baby. Okay, well, let's try this again. Crystal ball, please show us the baby, what the baby will look like. Oh, that's an adorable baby. Another, not quite as cute as me, but still very adorable.
Todd.
Yes.
That baby is a girl.
Oh.
Not a boy.
Okay.
And that baby girl is me.
Oh. Okay.
Todd, I think you're done for now.
I'm done.
I'm taking over.
She's taking over.
And we have some pictures that are going to explain what the baby could be like. And I think this is what the crystal ball is really trying to say.
All right.
So first, the baby will be a fantastic MC.
Yeah.
Because on the left, you can see Naomi doing her first TV show around the age of 3. She was the TV personality, Smarty Marty.
Smarty Marty, I directed.
And then on the right is a family New Year's Eve show. And luckily, she no longer performs with a garbage can on her head. And then next, she has a great choice of guests for this show.
Who is that? I don't get it. Who's that?
Yeah, we're on the show.
Oh, that's right. Good guess. Great guess.
So the next prediction is some other people have already mentioned. Baby will like math and science. Here we have a picture of Naomi using an abacus to teach her brother math. On the right is when she won a math counts trophy in junior high.
Wait a minute. Didn't she get in trouble one time?
Yeah, she thought she was so smart after she won that trophy.
But when she and her friends tried to break into the school computer system, that was going a little bit too far. So they got a Saturday school for that. True. It's true.
Total hacker.
Yeah. And then next, you can see how much Naomi loves science on the left with her gaping mouth. And on the right, she chose the theme of the solar system for her bat mitzvah. And that made a lot of sense for many reasons. First of all, teenagers are very spacey.
Oh, no.
And even at that age, Naomi thought the world revolved around her.
Oh, man.
And for sure, there were times that we wanted to send her to the moon.
Wow.
And we might be able to take some credit for her current profession because the next picture shows her at Disney with a giant robot. And then her senior capstone project making a music machine at UC.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Our next prediction is that the baby will have a great sense of humor.
Woohoo.
So in this first picture, it looks like an innocent toddler, but seriously, look at the banana. This might just be Naomi's first crude joke. And then when she turned 7, she had a backwards party. So in the picture, you can see that there are backwards clothing and backwards name tag. So we were trying to call the birthday girl a Moen. To our dismay, she insisted that everyone call her I Moan. Which may have just led to her signature joke about marrying a man with the last name Embargo. You know, when it's spelled backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The next prediction is that the baby will have musical talent. Here we have Naomi with her first toy instrument, and then playing marimba and percussion in different honor bands and in college. But actually, the French horn was her first instrument, but that only lasted for a year. And when she started taking lessons, she actually got worse instead of better.
Didn't she hate her first French horn teacher?
Yeah, that was you, Todd.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then the baby will be able to figure out how to get what he wants. So here's some examples. This is a rare photo with Naomi standing and her brother Ari sitting in the stroller because she often demanded to be pushed in the stroller. And her poor little brother would say, "It's okay, Naomi, I walk." And then in college, she decided she wanted to be a homecoming queen, and she was, but we're not really sure how. But if you think this picture is bad, wait till you see the next one. This is Naomi at the homecoming parade. When she entered her first competition in kindergarten, she went all the way to the state level and in this reflections contest, and you could see she had to fight really hard. The evidence is that battle scar under her nose. But then when she only made it to the regional level in junior high, this is what she looked like.
Power of the pen.
Yep. She was writing at that age too. Then at my sister's wedding, she was a flower girl. Here she is. But she decided she wanted her Aunt Sandy's Coke. And for the people on the West Coast, I'm talking about the beverage Coca-Cola. But she threatened to not go down the aisle until my sister handed her over that can of Coca-Cola. And we always knew when Naomi was mad because this is what she looked like.
Aww.
And then, as has already been mentioned, Naomi and her tornado twin started celebrating their birthdays at Chuck E. Cheese. So here, don't they look cute at 4 years old, blowing out the candles? But what Naomi doesn't share is that she's the one who insisted that they kept going there every year until they were 23. You can see 23 on the cake. She also insisted that they wear the stickers. Do you see that? And that they take a photograph with the big mouse.
Hey, no pizza.
Then next, the baby will have mixed fashion sense. So first we have Naomi all dressed up pictures with her cute little Oshkosh bagosh outfits that my father got from the outlet center, going to a tea party for a friend's birthday and going to a high school dance. But I'm not really sure what to say about these next pictures. These next pictures. You might have to ask Naomi to explain these. She has these tall white socks with some formal wear. And there's some kind of rouge or something in that center picture. And when she's wearing green, is that a gang symbol she's making? And when Naomi was in second grade, she went through this tomboy stage where she would wear black and blue instead of her normal bright colors. And she took it to the extreme by even learning how to shave her face.
I told her how to shave her face.
Okay, next, the baby will be loving and caring. Although sometimes Naomi could be a witch or a devil. Overall, she was a great big sister. That is after she got over the fact that her newborn brother Ari was wearing a blue hat. And we have it on video. We really thought she was going to throw him on the floor. So we learned our lesson. And before we had our third child, we told her as soon as we knew that it was a baby boy, and she released her aggression before the baby was born by ripping the sheets off of our bed. But then in the end, she liked him too.
Wait a minute. Didn't she also pour salt on Ari's head one time?
Yeah, but she claimed she was trying to do some kind of science experiment to see if he would melt.
Oh, I guess you could say she assaulted him. That's a joke.
And the last prediction is that the baby will not be a good sleeper. Naomi was terrible about going to bed at night. She's not really sleeping in this big girl Dalmatian bed. She's just posing for a picture. And then she would be so tired that she would collapse from exhaustion at unexpected times during the day. But there was one time when we appreciated the late nights and lack of sleep. It turns out that at Disney, there are very few children on the kiddie rides late at night. So after about 10 times going on It's a Small World After All ride, a man finally asked us how she was still awake. And we said, she's been training for this her whole life. I do have one word of warning for the parents. And that is, hopefully, Naomi's baby will not turn out like Naomi's father.
Wait a minute. What's the problem with the father? Rock and roll, baby. Woo! No problem there.
So those are the predictions about the baby.
My parents, everybody.
I'm a rocker.
Thanks for the great pictures, Naomi.
You're welcome. Now you all know where I got my comedic talents. Those are my parents. Charming and talented, multi-instrumental. Yes. Thanks for joining and roasting me. And we'll watch out for those things in the baby. Another thing sometimes parents think about a lot is what their baby will look like. I know, my parents probably thought about that. I've been thinking about that now. Luckily, we don't need to guess we already know what the baby will look like with the help of modern technology. So we can bring up some images maybe of what we think the baby will look like. Either this is one thing we think the baby might look like. Or this is another possibility. Ooh, spicy. Or maybe this is what the baby will look like. I like that one the best. Our baby will not look like this though. We know that the baby will not look like this. But that is what the baby would look like if John had mated with a Chewbacca. So that's just a little modern technology. We don't have to guess anymore. Luckily, the baby will look like one of those three things and be very charming, very attractive. Oh, I'm excited, excited to have that child in my house. We also don't have to guess, perhaps, at what the baby will be like. We're going to have another stellar set from Suggestions Only Improv now, and for this one, I'm going to hand the reins over to Oriana, who will lead us through some insights on that, and I'll turn off my own audio and camera for reasons that will become clear.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat, Naomi, for you. So, yes, hello. Let's get the rest of Suggestions Only Improv in here. We're going to play a game that is a twist on an improv classic called The Dating Game. But rather than finding a date for our bachelorette Naomi, we're going to find the future baby for future mom Naomi. So in this game, we are in the before a baby is born place, wherever that is, and we have 3 babies that are going to be put into Naomi's womb once she selects that one. So I see that Brian already put baby number 1 in there. We need a suggestion for baby number 1 of like a weird quirk that this baby has. Like they cannot stop putting their foot in their mouth. Or they can't stop lying. What is a weird quirk that this baby has? Say it out loud, audience members.
Eats its own poop.
Eats its own poop. Love it. All right, baby number 1 eats its own poop. Sweet baby number 2. What does sweet baby number 2 want to be when they grow up? It could be a real profession or a made up one.
A ringmaster.
A ringmaster, like in the circus.
Yeah.
Yes, a ringmaster. All right, that's baby number 2. Baby number 3, what is one of your, not a favorite childhood toy, but like a secondhand childhood toy that you had growing up?
A butterfly net.
A butterfly net? Maybe more anthropomorphized than that. Than a butterfly net. Did I miss? A monkey?
Blinky.
Blinky. Like a blanket, but that you like love it. Like a safety blanket. I think that's what a blinky is. Okay. Safety blanket. So to recap, baby number 1, you can't stop eating your own poop.
Can't stop eating my own poop.
Baby number 2, what are you gonna be when you grow up?
A ringmaster of a circus.
Perfect. And baby number 3, what are you?
I just love my little blinky.
You're a little blinky. You're a blinky. All right. All babies off screen. We're going to bring mom back in. And I'm going to chat so that she comes back in. She's going to need to guess and choose the baby that she wants in her belly. I hope she sees the chat. There we go. And welcome to Which Baby is My Baby? We have our contestant Naomi here. Naomi, before we get started, what kind of hopes and dreams do you have for your baby?
Honestly, I just want a low maintenance baby. My job is very demanding. So chill, good sleeper baby. That would be chef's kiss. Amazing.
Well, we've got none of those here. Let's meet our babies. Baby number 1, go ahead and tell us, why should Naomi choose you?
I just really think that we and you would get along. Like, I don't know, maybe we could just like hang out and we can, you can change my diapers and stuff.
All right.
Sounds really great and to the point. All right, baby number 2. Why should Naomi choose you?
You should choose me because I'm the greatest baby on earth. I'm cheap, I'm entertaining, and I don't hurt animals anymore.
That's good. That's good. And boisterous.
Voice already showing growth, right? Lastly, baby number 3. Why should Naomi choose you?
Well, you said you wanted low maintenance, and that's what I am. I just gotta, protect me from all the evils of the world, and I'm good. That's it.
Got a feeling this one's a little wet. All right, let's get all 3 babies back in here. Naomi, round number 1, you get to ask all 3 babies one question. Take it away.
Okay, all right. First, I want to know, if we were going to the park together, what kind of playground would you bring me to and why?
It's an easy one to answer for that one. It's gonna be mud. It's gonna be mud everywhere. It's gonna be mud all over my face and in my mouth. And yeah, anything that's just rained, maybe. Yeah, it's splattery. I like that too. Splatter all around on my face.
Oh, what a little stinker.
Sounds like fun. Fun but messy.
If we were going to the park, I'd want to go to the playground with the biggest crowd around it. And then also the one with the most geese and the most animals around it too. And then people would pay attention to us and how much fun we're having with all the animals and all the little tumbles I'll take down the slide and across the monkey bars.
Oh, sounds exciting.
Let's bring out the popcorn for that one. All right, baby number 3.
I think playgrounds aren't really my thing. I think a picnic would be way better. Just somewhere real quiet, not a lot of stimuli, just like picnic would be good.
Excellent. That sounds calm. That sounds pretty peaceful.
Very cozy. Wah! Well, that sound means that it's round number 2. And in this round, you get to ask an individual question of each baby to get to know them just a little bit better.
Ooh, all right. Well, I'll start with baby number 1. I think I want to know about your favorite foods or food likes and dislikes. What are you into?
I just like to eat anything, chocolates and brownies and just anything along those lines. But I'll give you a little secret, is after I eat, you won't want to give me a kiss. Ooh.
Gross, but direct and somewhat informative. Thank you, baby number 1. Baby number 2, I think I want to know, first outfit you pick out for yourself growing up. Describe it to me. Why did you pick it?
It was this giant sequined vest that it really gave me a sense of proportion and shoulder strength, but it also made me glitter in the limelight.
Oh, sounds glamorous.
And it was also like Kevlar, so lions couldn't bite through it.
Ooh, and very safe. Safe baby.
Specific.
That's helpful. I don't want to childproof my house that much either, so it's good to know baby already knows how to take care of himself. And baby number 3, tell me a little more about your first treasured memory.
Well, it was definitely dark and warm, and that's about it. I think just nothing, just warm. Body heat doesn't escape. I think that was a nice time.
Sounds cozy. I'd like to be a place like that.
Yeah, and I was a little disappointed that you didn't want to childproof your house. That's a little irresponsible.
Oh, got one that talks back already.
Yeah, wow. He'll call Child Protective Service for my neighbor. Thanks, baby number 3.
Well, that same sound means that at the end of this round, you gotta say goodbye to one baby who will remain in purgatory forever. Which
Oh,
baby is it gonna be?
oh no. This is such a it's a hard choice. These babies all have such character and personality, but I'm a little grossed out by too much poops. I know something I'll have to get over in the near future. So baby number one, your oral fixation for putting feces on and around your mouth. I just don't think it's gonna fly in my household. I'm so sorry.
It's just more for me.
Okay. We told him that he wasn't gonna get a mom if he kept doing that. But all right, Naomi. We have one more round. You do for this one. You get to ask one final question to both the same one to both babies to make your final choice of who will be your baby.
Ooh, oh, this is so exciting. I think I'll have to go with you. I know kids playing around the house always have some favorite spot they like to tuck themselves away. I want to know about your favorite hiding spot. Tell me about that.
My favorite hiding spot is on the roof behind the chimney. Because then when I don't want to hide anymore, I can come out, then all the neighbors will see me. Sometimes I can grab a passing bird or one of the cats that are on the roof, and then I can do a tumble down into your arms for milk time.
Wow, that's a whole scene to imagine in my head. It sounds very fun, very sparkly.
Yeah, for me, my hiding spot is really the same as my everything spot. Just kind of in bed. I think it's just a good spot to be, all bundled up just all the time.
Oh, well, not quite as exciting, but it does sound cozy
It's
and
exciting to me.
comforting in this strange time. I'm I'm sorry, defensive baby number three. I appreciate your response and your candor.
Wow, that that sound means it's the end of the show. And so, Naomi, which kid are you gonna kick back to purgatory, and which kid, say it with me, audience, will be your baby?
Baby! Oh wow, what a thrill. Oh well, ah, we've been sparring this whole show, so I think it comes as no surprise that I need to send home wretched baby number three. I I don't want I don't want that many security blankets and or fluffy, cozy things around. Oregon doesn't get that cold. You need to get over. I think you need to get over that. And
Yeah, I think it's good going back to the primordial soup. I think it's nice and warm there. So
that's a good
I
place for you.
think
Yeah.
it's a mutual decision. Thank you.
Well, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. It's always nice to be challenged. And baby number two.
Mom!
I've always wanted a ringmaster / acrobat.
Yay! Release the lions!
You know, I come from a family of performing artists, and it's just going to be so much fun to watch you grow up. I'm so excited to spend my life with you.
Me too, Mom!
Special thanks to our sponsor, Planned Parenthood. I'd like to thank Naomi and her future baby, and the audience one more time with me. Will you be my baby?
Wow. Thanks, Ori. Thanks, suggestions only. That was a little uncouth, but very fun baby game show. So now we know some things about the baby. We'll have a very glamorous mustache and be a acrobat / ringmaster. Just such an exciting future to look forward to. I'm very thrilled about that, and it's been an honor to have so many talented guests. We have just a few segments to close you out today. It's been great learning more about the baby, trying to learn about the conception date, playing some fun games. A tough thing, though, for any comedian as they reach life milestones is the need to retire old jokes that no longer apply to their life status. So I wanted to give one last hurrah to some of these doomed jokes before we close out today. Here are some jokes. This is sort of a joke funeral per se, things I won't be able to tell anymore. There's a baby somewhere.
Sorry, I was playing John's baby game and I forgot it wasn't muted.
Very thematic. I thought that would happen more actually with the baby sound effect. I hope you got close to the wee wee. Here are some retired jokes that I can't tell anymore. This is one I had to scrap when I got married. My upbringing taught me to be very careful when selecting produce, but now as a 20-something unmarried woman, I always feel self-conscious looking for that perfect cucumber. Can't tell that one anymore. And here's some for when the baby comes. We'll have to retire these. It's always good when I get to spend a bit of time with somebody else's kids. You know, because kids are the best version of birth control. Spend the day with them, and by the end, you're ready to have your tubes tied. Can't tell that one. Can't tell that one anymore. This one I'm really sad about, also baby related. I'm getting older and I don't have any children, but I'm allergic to cats. And accordingly, I find myself becoming a plant lady of sorts. And I think this lifestyle has some advantages. Like, plants are less expensive than cats, so I can still afford my vibrant metropolitan lifestyle. And plants are lower maintenance than cats, so I still have plenty of time for doing science. The only thing you have to watch out for with plants is raids by the federal government. I can't tell that one for two reasons, because marijuana keeps becoming more legal, and I'll have children. Maybe I can rewrite that one. Let's take a brief moment of silence for those retired jokes. Thank you for that beautiful moment. But before we sign off, I want to see if anything interesting happened in our naming poll or our conception date pool. Let's see if we learned anything, if we can get our spectacular AV person. Oh, look at this. So this is our conception date pool. It looks like the guesses are roughly centering around end of August, which I think is pretty close. We'll have to tabulate the average later and put it in the Facebook event. But that may be when our baby was conceived. We'll let everybody know the exact date scientifically later. This is sort of a statistical concept, but oh, it's here. Or maybe early September. I think that might have been later. We'll tell you though, whatever you all said is now the ground truth. And if we look at the naming poll, we get to know the name of our child. It looks like, oh wow, there's some variety of names. I have terrible vision. It looks like there's a four-way tie between Levi, John Lennon, Nate, Johnny, and Mordecai?
That's correct.
Okay, so it will be one of those. One of those will be the baby's name. I'll talk to the baby's father later and we'll see if we can work it out. Thank you for your help naming the baby. Very exciting.
I'm kind of a fan of Slumbert.
Yes.
Slumbert is nice. Bye, Slumbert. We'll have to track Slumbert down.
The dad has spoken.
These are great. We'll consider some of these for our future childs. Yeah. We'll save them. Oh, somebody was Slumbert. Well, thank you for telling us when the baby was conceived and naming the baby. We've been through quite a journey today together on this show. Lots of different activities and unconventional things, somewhat scandalous jokes. And that is a wrap. This brings us to the conclusion of the show. Either that or my water just broke and I need to head to the hospital. Thanks to our valiant performers, Andy Ryder, Sarah Hagen, Suggestions Only Improv, Max Kerwin, my parents, my husband, the AV guy, Calvin for stage managing, and thanks also to the Majestic Theater for having us and supporting the show, and to everyone out there watching in the audience. Don't forget to take part in the roast activities, especially the pin the penis on the baby, I think is an ultimate challenge of skill. You should keep working on that. And I've been Naomi Fitter. This has been Roast of My Unborn Child. Have an excellent night, and I hope you all get better sleep than I will.
Yeah.